Hi, I'm Mystic.
Hi, I'm Safi, and the thing didn't show up here yet, so I wasn't ready to speak.
You're on a delay.
I am on such a delay. There's so much going on right now, actually. I haven't seen
We're gonna do a really
anything
quick character creation.
Oh, that is a delay. It's like a good 20 seconds. So if I miss something, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I must go with this one. What's our name? Oh, Lorena.
That's my standard go-to whenever we do a female character. So let's do it.
Maybe Lorena Llewellyn.
The double L, the big old double L. So we're not going to spend a lot of time trying to make sure that this Llewellyn looks perfect. But
Nope, already done.
done.
I just went with the default.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Well, not the default. I picked one of the defaults, I should say.
So thank you everybody for joining our live stream based on our latest episode of Lore Together, where we talk about Varric Tethras, and we're playing Inquisition because we're going to meet him soon.
Mm-hmm. We're going to try to get through this quickly. We want to get to Haven where we can talk to him at length.
Sorry, arachnophobes. It's going to be quick, I promise you. You'll get through it quickly. And you would definitely have no idea what this person is supposed to be at this point as a Lavella.
I could totally have reached her.
I know.
It's so weird how much they kind of copy and paste all different characters in, like, it's always the exact same point, even though they're all different sizes.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's...
Like, a Kunari is huge, and they are cut off on the screen sometimes, even.
Right. I'm putting my headphones to the side, and I'll pick them up and put them down every once in a while, make sure we haven't lost anything, but...
Yeah.
Because it's just, I can't do the double hearing as well as you can, for whatever reason.
I don't have to hear myself this time.
Yeah. That's fair. So, thank you for joining us. I'm trying to think of... So, essentially, I figured that I would be dropping in the lore bits once things happen.
You would know them.
Yeah.
I hope we have subtitles. I didn't check that.
Can we... I wish we could do that in the middle of a cutscene. We will get this subtitled as soon as we can if it's not already subtitled. Alright. I hate this armor. I wish this armor looked better. It's just me.
I wish the mark looked better.
Yeah, me too. I don't think it has to look good. That one. Oh, it looks like we've got subtitles. So
Yeah.
they're up top, everybody, if you haven't watched this before.
Can you make that full screen and see if you can read it? Like, does it look good on that screen even?
I'll
Tell
see.
me why we
But you can
shouldn't kill
focus
you
on
now.
playing
The
because it's not.
conclave is destroyed.
It's fine. It's not any
Everyone
worse than
who
it would have been
attended
for
is
Dragon
dead.
Age Origins.
Except
So let's
for you.
listen into this.
So if I remember correctly, we're playing a Dalish,
Yes.
obviously, with the, what's it called? Vaseline?
Yeah, Vaseline, which Vaseline.
I know it's not Vaseline, but that's...
Vaseline, yeah. And you picked the most popular one to pick, which is actually the one for Mythal.
You think I'm responsible?
I didn't pick anything.
Explain.
I guess that's
this.
why it's the most popular one. It's probably the default, which makes sense actually.
Can't.
But that's the one I
What
posed
do you
shows for my
mean
canon
you
Lavon,
can't?
so.
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
need
so
her, Cassandra.
let's explain quickly also, because I got distracted with Mystic trying to backseat, like, produce this show. But we are talking to Liliana and Cassandra Pentagast. Cassandra, who we talked about in the last episode, but Liliana is an important character we haven't talked to.
Whatever you think
Yeah,
I
we haven't
did, I'm
talked about it yet.
innocent. Do you
She's
remember what
basically
happened?
had a role,
this
theoretically,
began?
for all 3 Dragon Age
I
games.
remember.
Probably
running.
won't have a role in the 4th
Things
one just
were
because of
chasing
some
me
of the
and then
options at the end of Inquisition that might make
A
her
woman.
obsolete.
She reached out to me, but
In
then.
that result. Or maybe no, or
Go
or,
to the forward
yeah,
camp.
so she's not a
Liliana.
guaranteed role in the next game.
I will
I'd say.
take her to the rift.
What did happen?
I love the this particular voice for
Will be easier to show
the
you.
female PC, because it's the same one that the same person who acted for trainer in Mass Effect 3.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, I mean, I'd say yeah, both voice actors do a great job for the female character. I haven't played a male character.
We call
It's
it
not
the
bad.
breach.
So.
There's no Steve.
It's a massive rift.
There's
into
no
the world
moment
of
like
demons
Steve
that
So-
in this
grows
game.
larger
So here's the
with
thing.
each
I know
passing
about
hour.
that Steve line.
It's not the only
And the
such
thing with the
rift,
Steve line
just the
is
largest. All were caused by the explosion.
Mark Meer
at the
recorded
conclave.
multiple
An
takes.
explosion
Yeah.
can do that?
But for some reason,
This
the
one
only
did.
take that got used
Unless
was
we
the one
act,
where he and
The
Steve have a
breach may
relationship.
grow until it swallows the world.
Oh, so there should have been one where it was like, Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just like saddened, like,
Each time the
like
breach
Yeah.
but not
expands,
like
your mark
anguished.
spreads.
P.S. Mark
And it
Meer
is killing
and
you.
Jennifer
It
McHale.
may be
Hale.
the key to stopping this.
Jennifer
Hale.
Hale.
There
Why
isn't
is he
much
McHale?
time.
I don't know.
Jennifer, because Joel McHale. But Mark Meer and Jennifer Hale, they are so awesome on Instagram. If you just want to have like, if you want voice actors, I think also are some of
You
the most
still think I
appreciative of
did
their
this
fans.
to myself?
Just because if you recognize
Not
them, you're like, thank you.
intentionally.
They're like,
Something.
oh my gosh, she
clearly went
recognized me,
wrong.
and I'm not like.
And if
super
I'm
famous.
not responsible,
So
Someone is, and you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence.
Apologies, my mouse moving bothers
This
you
is
guys.
the only way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm playing Dalish, so I'm gonna assume that they just don't like me.
what?
Since I'm doing a Dalish,
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that they just don't like me, or they're just like scapegoating me.
If you
So-
think you're a Dalish scapegoat, I don't think there's anything wrong with that interpretation of your character. So
so I don't really have a choice about this.
None of us has a choice.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially because the next elf you meet isn't even technically Dalish, naked-faced
Egg.
egg.
They have
So
decided your
you would be
guilt.
sus
They
of,
need it.
of everybody.
The people of Haven mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry.
Oh.
The conclave was hers.
It's an interesting situation.
It was a
There are
chance
things I
for
wonder
peace
that they took
between
out of
mages
the
and
original game that
Templars.
might be more important. So side note here, if
She
you're playing a
brought their
human, you
leaders
have
together.
the choice to
Now
play
they
an
are dead.
atheist. Which kind of
lash
comes
out
up with
like
the themes of
sky,
Corypheus of one of the
but
lines
we
he makes,
must
and then they
think
don't really do
beyond
much with
ourselves.
it.
Yeah, I was
As
disappointed with
she
that
did.
too.
I wish they had done more with it.
Until the breach is sealed.
It's an interesting thing. So it's like in Elder Scrolls, the gods exist.
Yes, obviously.
In many
There will
games
be a
or many
trial.
fantasy games, the
I can
gods are
promise
a
no
thing.
more.
Guild Wars, the gods are a known thing.
Come.
People have actually
not far.
seen them.
Yeah.
Where are you taking me?
The point in Dragon Age is nobody has seen the Maker.
Yeah.
So the fact that you
Your
could play an
mark must
atheist
be
would be
tested on
interesting, but they
something
don't go anywhere
smaller
with
than
it.
the breach.
And there is, not to get into the deep lore dive that's actually in the mini-sode, there are reasons to suggest that anything that we thought was gods is actually related to some magic
Open the gate.
woo-ness
We are heading into the
that
valley.
is misunderstood by modern Thedosians.
All right, we're just gonna run through from cutscene to cutscene, basically, for the most part.
Yeah. The game is pretty. You can see that. It's it's a very jarring and great introduction to the character as well. Like I personally love stories of the I didn't choose to be a
Pulses are
hero.
coming fast
The
in
hero
that.
life chose me. That's my preferred type of story.
I prefer
The larger the breach grows,
Spoiler
the more rifts
for
appear,
Dragon Age
the
Inquisition.
more demons we face.
I prefer
did I
this
survive
one
the blast?
where you're not ordained.
you
It's not. It's an
Stepped
accident.
out of a
Yeah.
Unlike
fellow
Elder
punch.
Scrolls,
say a
Skyrim
woman
specifically,
was
where you are prophesied.
Dova King. Yeah. Very different.
If you're watching, please join us in the chat, by the way.
Oh yeah, we have people watching. They're just not. You guys aren't just talking.
Stay
No
behind
pressure.
me.
Can you stop backseat producing? Jeez, you're so used to being here. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna turn this screen away. Play the game. Play the game. Play the game.
Wait.
Let's do
Wait,
this.
wait. Did I miss that? Did I actually look and see weapons? Or did I just have them? Because I pulled them from scabbards. Did I miss that?
I think you just have them now. Oh yeah, no, they're you look.
There's 2 weapons there though.
Yeah. Yes, there
I love
are.
how there's always a weapon.
It's
no matter what it is, it's always exactly what you need.
It is exactly what you need. I like the face that she gives too. I forgot that's the face of like. I think it's because you chose the angry one. It's the face of like, yeah. You made an angry quote decision. I've never had the angry face before. So, go Cassandra.
It's over.
Drop your weapon. Now!
Oh yeah. I gotta replay this game too.
If
I
you're going
actually
to lead
have
me
to
through a
replay
demon-infested
my
valley. You'll have
Inquisitor.
to trust me.
So
Give me one reason to
keeping this
trust
family friendly as
Because
possible.
my life is on the line.
you. You're right.
The color for your game,
I cannot
her,
protect you.
I don't know if it's just the way
And
that
I
your
cannot
colors are for your
expect
screen,
you to
for
be
your work
defensive.
mystic, but
Mhm.
Cassandra's jacket looks a lot more brilliantly
Mhm.
bright magenta-ish
I should
red.
remember you did not attempt to run.
I don't think it's coming through in the YouTubes. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, hey! Hey,
Take
Stojan
these
Jovic.
potions. Make a
Oh
note
yeah,
of what
dual
we will
wielding mode.
face.
That's what you guys voted for. So we
Where are
put
all
it
your
on the
soldiers?
Twitter, and
At the
basically
forward
only
camp
the elf
or
fans
fight.
voted for what
We are
race,
on
and then we had more votes for dual wield. Basically, the only votes for the class was the dual wielding rogue and the mage, and dual wielding rogue won. So
I forget which one do I have. Okay, that's what I have equipped. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get the better armor.
yeah.
I almost hit the X button to go back up here. I'm like, nope, that's the game.
No,
Not-
don't exit out of the game. So you guys, what you guys can't see is that Mystic's screen where he's actually playing the game is like literally less than a third of his actual screen that he plays on his rig for work. So we're gonna try not to
There,
exit.
watch
Yeah, because
out.
we want to
If
we don't want to
flank them, we
stream
may gain the advantage.
massive screens. So
Yeah,
we need to get a better connection.
our connection right now is excellent. Got that right now, Mr. Backseat Producer.
It's
So.
a frequent problem.
You backseat producing? Absolutely, yeah, totally.
Usually I'm in the producer's seat. Cut
You
me some
you
slack.
usually are. I get that, but you're having a hard time letting go. It's I enjoy your Lorena Llewellyn. So your double L's.
Up on the hill. It attacks
Double
from
L.
a distance.
So
I wish loot didn't have to open up a screen to actually do. I wish you just put in your inventory and you could look at it later.
yeah, I prefer those systems in general, but it's not
Ah! They're falling from the breach!
crazy. Shades have been in all 3 games. If I remember correctly. Definitely Fade demon creatures, weaker demons. I would assume that those Greek demons are also demon spirits. But this is the first time you see those. We didn't really get anything that was like green color related in this game.
Part of my problem is since I'm playing in a third-person camera so pulled away, I want to play like Guild Wars.
I know.
Like I want to do double tack, maybe dodge, but it doesn't do that.
All right, now if you're playing Llewellyn, if you were to play through the
We're
rest
getting
of
close
this
to the rift.
game,
You can hear the
I
fight.
would just kill Solus.
Who's fighting?
You'll
I
see
was
soon.
gonna ask who you're
We
gonna
must
romance.
help
I wasn't
them.
even gonna bring him up. It's like he's jealous of him just because my character romanced him. All right, join the fray. Okay, this is where we're gonna meet some new characters, including the man of the hour. Yeah! Sorry, was that too loud in your ears, everybody? Can you tell I'm excited? I wouldn't be surprised. This scene,
What did you do?
scene in particular, might be half of the reason you do
I
not
did
like
nothing.
Solus at all.
The credit
Because he
is yours.
literally doesn't even ask. He's just like, "You're a tool now." He doesn't even think of you as a person automatically, which tracks, right? So
Yeah, Lorena's not going to be worried about helping. She will help, but she doesn't...
Yeah.
She's not looking to
I
help.
closed that
Yeah.
thing. How?
Whatever magic
Yeah.
opened the breach in the sky also
I
placed
guess I'm
that
here.
mark
I'm going to
upon
do
your
something.
hand.
I think that's a fair
I
play. of it.
theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts
I guess I'm
that have
stuck
opened
here.
in
I'm
the
going to do
breach's wake.
something.
And it seems
Yeah.
I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
All right,
Possibly.
let's leave the next decision up to
seems
chat.
you hold the
Which
key
route
to
are we
our
going to take
salvation.
to the temple?
Good
to know.
Speak
Here
now,
I
forever
thought
hold
we'd
your
be
peace.
ass
If
deep
you don't
in
say
demons
anything,
forever.
I'll literally roll a die for it. I will
Varric
leave this
Tethras,
room
rogue,
to where the die. Or no, we
storyteller,
don't have to
and
leave this room because there might be die.
welcome tag along.
Yeah, that was pretty loud. Sorry. I'm sorry. That was so freaking loud. But let us know which path you would like. So there's the one.
We're going to compliment the crossbow after we talk about the chantry.
Are you with the
Sounds
chantry, or...
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner, just
You're
like you.
so
I
mad
brought
at
you
that
here to
character.
tell your story to the divine. Clearly, that is no
Mystic
longer
is jealous of
necessary.
Solus.
Yet,
I
here
have hair.
am. Lucky for
You're
you.
still jealous.
Considering current events.
All right. We're going to compliment the crossbow because now that we know about it.
That's a
All
nice
right,
crossbow
we got to vote
you
for the
have
mountain
there.
pass.
Okay.
Isn't she? Bianca and I have been through
Yeah,
a
both
lot
of them are
together.
fun. But
You
I don't
named
take
your
the mountain pass
crossbow
enough when I
Bianca.
play, so
Of course.
this is perfect.
And she'll be great company in the valley.
Behold the chest hair that
Absolutely
Varric
not.
has.
Oh,
Your
he's
help
got to
is
make up for the fact that
appreciated,
he doesn't
Varric,
have his
but
Have you
beard. He's
been
got to
in
show
the
off that
valley
chest
lately,
hair, even in the
Seeker? Your
middle of the
soldiers
cold,
aren't in
cold
control
mountains of
anymore.
Haven.
You need me.
Now, I do like Varric's design in Inquisition a
My
lot
name
more
is
than Dragon
Solus,
Age
if
2.
there are to be
It looks like he got, like, his
I'm
nose
pleased
is
to see you
broken
still
and
live.
everything.
Dragon Age
He
2 does
means
make it
I
look like
kept
he
that
got
mark
punched in the
from
face,
killing
and
you
what
while
they
you
did is
slept.
kind of smooth it out to make it more obvious that it's just his facial features. So.
Yeah.
I still hate
Then I
the
owe
starting
you my
armor. I
thanks.
hate it. I hate it. I
Thank
hate
me
it.
if we manage to
hate
close
it.
the breach.
There are,
without
it's
killing
always
the
this. Everyone
crossbow.
has a starting armor, right?
Cassandra,
Yeah, everybody
you
has
should
that
know.
same starting armor.
The magic
I-
involved here is unlike
well, the
any
thing that
I've
also
seen.
bothers me about
Your
this, and this
prisoner
is
is
just
no
this is
mage.
detail stuff that I probably
Indeed,
shouldn't
I find
even
it
be
difficult to
complaining
imagine
about.
any
But
mage having
here,
such
we're
power.
here. We're gonna talk
Understood.
about it over
We must
Solus
get to the
talking.
forward camp
But
quickly.
like,
Well,
when you do the flashbacks to what
Bianca's
actually happened to
excited.
cause the breach and your characters there, they're not in that armor. And I'm like, you get everybody has the same armor. Why couldn't you have put that in the cutscene?
This
But-
way, down the
Oops,
bank.
wrong
The
button.
road ahead is blocked.
Okay.
I'm going
We
to
must move
bypass some
quickly.
pickups that we could have gotten.
Okay.
I know there's one, like, up on the hill and stuff. We're just going to run through it. We're not
Okay.
gonna
So
bother
this
with
is
all
the
of it.
mountain pass path we're doing, or
Yeah, we're not there yet, though.
okay, cool.
Yeah, we got to go across this
Demon's
lake,
Head.
up the thing. There's a
Yeah,
couple fights we have to
There's
do.
so many frozen lakes that you can do in this game. It's also
Oh, look, force tactical camera. No, thank you. We're just going to keep going. No, we can't. Dang it.
tactical camera is. I think that makes more sense if you're not playing casual. Like we're playing casual right now because we're always here for story right now. But if I was like I want to do nightmare mode or whatever it's called in this one, yeah, I would be doing that. Oh, so just a reminder, if anybody did not notice who isn't in the Discord for
So,
Boss Rush Games,
are
we're
you
part of Boss
innocent?
Rush Games Network.
I don't remember
We have our
this
channel there for lore together. We
That'll get
appreciate
you
Boss
every
Rush Games
time.
because they're awesome. Stoy shared in there the best banter some of the best banter in this game in my opinion, which is the chess game that Iron Bull plays with Solus while they're just walking around doing missions together.
fun a story.
And
That's
there's
what you
actually
would have
somebody
done.
went through
It's more
and
believable and
went
less
and
prone to result
basically
in
did
premature
the chess
execution.
game as a board so you can see what moves they're talking about.
Yep.
It's very fun.
So I went and turned on subtitles for ambient as well, because I realized they were just in conversations.
Yeah. There's a mod where you can bring it up more because the original game did not let it happen as naturally as much as they should have. Like, you will miss story beats because you're not able to get to those dialogue because it doesn't trigger as much as it used to. So. Now, we're doing the dual-wielding rogue now due to popular demand, but Mystic, what's your preferred way to play?
I hope Liliana made it through.
Honestly, I've played all of them except for a dual-wielding rogue before.
Okay,
see for
well,
ourselves
let's
before
see.
we camp. We're
You'll
almost
be able
there.
to share your opinion later.
I'd say the problem is I try to play someone who's not going to be made redundant by a character I want, and there's so many good characters.
That's the thing. There's not a character I think I never
rift.
want in my party.
We must seal it.
Like
Quickly!
even Vivian can be so mean, but if you're nice to her, you end up actually getting like a lot of really interesting stuff. Have her in the same party as Cole once, and Cole will shut down her facade very interestingly. So you've closed the breach. Yeah.
The rift is gone. Open the gate.
Oh
Right
look,
away,
we've leveled up.
Sandra.
Now we get
We're
to see
clear for the
how.
moment.
I actually
Well
forget
done.
how I level up. There we go.
Yeah. And it's very much that web map setup. I feel like a lot of games are. Well, maybe I shouldn't say a lot of games because you play more games. How?
What?
Web level up. That's what I mean. Like, is that something that you see a lot in like MMOs as well, Mystic? Or
There's not a lot. So I haven't played many MMOs. I play mostly like Guild Wars, and Guild Wars does a tiered system where you can pick 3 areas to specialize your character in, and then within that you have a kind of like a horizontal line, and on 2 or 3 points on that line you can go up or down and select different secondary abilities and stuff. But there's no Guild Wars is different because Guild Wars is a lot of horizontal progression, not a lot of vertical progression.
Remember that thing on your
But I haven't
hand
played
there?
many of the MMOs in a long time, so I can't remember.
so, Mystic, what's your favorite class in this game?
You just asked me that, and I don't know.
No, well, of the ones you've played, but the chat is asking as well. Because you did do Rogue before, it was just with bows.
Exercise in futility.
I have caused
Oh, you got him stumped, guys.
Cassandra, the most holy. Haven't you all done enough already?
I'm torn between
Enough.
mage
I will not
or
have it.
dual hand warrior.
Dual hand warrior rather than the shield and
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the warrior. It's more visceral and fun for me.
yeah.
Mage is fun though too.
Yeah.
Here
I
they
think mage
come.
is usually my go-to, just because
You made it.
being a mage in this game is really
Chancellor
interesting.
Roderick. This is
I know who.
I rather like Roderick. He has a good arc, I
As
think.
Grand
He's a bit of a
Oh,
jerk,
yeah.
but I think his arc is
hereby
good.
order
His
you
arc is
to
great.
take this
I
criminal
would
to
say,
Valroyo
you
to
know,
face
it's exactly what
execution.
it needs to be, so that you're not
Order
tired
me?
of them too.
You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
Also,
You are a
you would
thug,
imagine
but
he's
a
kind
thug who
of
supposedly serves the chantry.
he's kind of stuck up because
We
of the fact
serve the
that
most
like
holy,
he's at the highest
Chancellor.
level he can be in the chantry
As you
at
well
this
know.
point. Like
Justinia is
Well,
dead.
it's kind of like
We must elect a replacement.
also
and obey her
it's kind
orders
of
on the
like Mass Effect Andromeda,
yeah.
where everybody above him is dead and he's in control in a weird way, but he can't go above his level yet.
Is that his tired face?
Addison wasn't in charge though. Also, they fixed that. That line is still in there. That line still bugs me.
That was there. It would have worked better had
So none of you are actually in charge here.
the reaction
You
been
killed
better.
everyone who was in charge. Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
Okay.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are
Abandoned now
lost.
before everything is lost. It's very easy for you to say, sir.
How do you think we should proceed?
Now you're
That's a fair
asking me what I
question,
think.
to be perfectly honest.
You have the mark?
And you are the one we must keep alive. Since we cannot agree on our own,
So we're doing the mountain path, right?
Yes. Mountain pass.
Use the mountain path. Work together. You all know what's at stake.
See, I don't like that line because my character wouldn't say
Liliana,
that line.
bring everyone.
But you don't give him a
left in
choice
the
in
valley.
how this is.
In
Everyone.
these games, that's going to happen to a certain extent.
I
if we're gonna
understand
keep
that.
it compelling.
Consequences.
But I think Dragon Age 2 actually did that a little bit better, where how you answered actually dictated how those lines would be said.
Yeah. That's true. That's fair. I do like that. Sorry if you heard a phone thing in the background. Mountain pass. This gives you practice for later on in the game where you have to climb a bunch of mountains and cutscenes anyway. So there you go.
Okay. Surprisingly, I don't think I've ever done the other option for this. I think I've always done the mountain pass.
The tunnel should be just ahead.
Oh, really?
The path
Yeah.
to the
I've
temple
done the other
lies
side
just
before. I
beyond.
think
What manner of
I
tunnel is
usually
this?
don't choose a mountain
A
pass.
mine?
Part of an old mining complex.
I don't know
These
why.
mountains
I just
are
think
full of such
I guess
paths.
because it feels more
And your
risky to
missing
me.
Well, you get to
soldiers
see
are in
Cullen
there
first.
somewhere?
Along with whatever has detained them.
That doesn't
We
mean
shall
anything. to
see
me,
soon
actually.
enough.
It's a joke.
I'm sorry. If anything, here's where I admit that I haven't admitted this already on the show or in a live stream. When I was younger, I had a crush on Freddie Prinze Jr. So when I found out that he was voicing Iron Bull, I was like, "Is this my opportunity to continue that?" No, it's not. It's not. Iron Bull is definitely not what my teenage image of Freddie Prinze Jr. was anyway. So, Freddie Prinze Jr. did really good.
Apologies, I'm getting my controls confused with my Guild Wars controls.
Yeah. Luckily,
I liked him
we're
as
playing
Vega
casual.
as well. I thought he did a good job as
Oh, he did great as Vega. And I think I remember I've always done the mountain test too. Oh yeah, Stoyan's always done the mountain pass too. So
Now-
you're in good company.
I think they did Vega wrong in some ways. And I think it's the reads that you get from Jennifer Hale in response to Vega. It sounds almost flirtatious, which people don't like Vega that way, especially when they first meet him.
Right.
So everyone doesn't talk to him after that, thinking they're just going to be
They
lured
might have
into a
considered
romance.
making him an option and then cut it out at the end when it might have felt like forced.
Are you familiar with the problematic romance scene that you can have with him?
No.
So in the Citadel DLC, if you romance nobody, you wake up with Vega in your bed.
That's definitely problematic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm really glad we haven't done anything like that in Inquisition. Trying to segue back to something relevant.
I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be bypassing loot for the most part.
You could do it quickly. It's 9:30, so we've got 30 minutes to get to the point where we're going to hear more from Varric once we're ready. We're trying to at least get to that point tonight, so that way we have it on record, since that's why we did the episode on Varric for episode 50. So, that was by accident. It was on the unofficial Dragon Age day. But I'm really glad it worked out. Also, it was cool. It was the Dragon Age Lorecast also did their episode on Varric, which revealed some other stuff, which is really funny. Aramithius, one of our patrons, pointed that out to us, and now we follow them on Twitter. I was like,
cannot be
oh my
all.
gosh, new friends!
So the others could be holed up ahead.
But they did
Our
more of like a
priority
short
must be the
tidbit about
breach.
some other stuff,
Unless
including
we
they
see
went
that
into his,
soon, no one
his
is safe.
writing
I'm
history.
leaving that
So
to our elven
you can
friend.
listen to that. Oh, wait. So Stoyan says, oh, I don't know. I did that my last playthrough and woke up with Jafik in my bed. That was weird. That, I don't, like, that, how does that work then? Like, it's just...
Everybody has the same genitalia in Mass Effect.
I was going to say, I have so many questions and I don't think I want the answers. And no, I really hope that's also not true. Like...
Lady Cassandra!
Right.
Lieutenant, you're alive.
I forgot about this whole thing.
The breach killing, essentially. Yeah.
At least I remember the part where I have to, like...
Mystic and I had a debate about, like, how far in the start should we start, and...
It's hard to start anywhere but the beginning, unless you want to just finish the whole thing and then start in Haven.
Well, what we'll do is we'll keep on this, and hopefully the next thing that I do, we will be able to go back to Haven. It's not like D8 Origins when we
You are
did
becoming
that
quite proficient
one.
at this.
We started
hope it
at
works on the
Ostagar,
big one.
so...
Thank the Maker you finally
Which
arrived,
that
Lady
was from
Cassandra.
episodes 12 live
I don't think we
stream,
could have held out much
which
longer.
was not. We were not having those
Thank our
on YouTube for
prisoner,
public
Lieutenant.
yet.
So the
She
lieutenant, I
insisted
think,
we
has
come.
the
Patrons
exact
have
same
that.
voice actress
prisoner.
as a elf we're gonna see
Then
later.
you-
Oh, okay, cool.
It's the one who, when you wake up in Haven.
Oh, the one's like, oh gosh.
Yeah, I think it's the exact same voice actress.
That's hilarious. The voice acting in this game in general has been pretty
We
friggin'
have to get
good.
to the breach.
So
And quickly.
To the breach.
it
don't-
usually is.
The way into
like,
the valley
just
behind
overall.
us is clear for the moment. Go while you still can.
There
At
hasn't
once.
been as many.
Quickly, let's move.
The path ahead appears to be clear of demons as well.
Let's hurry before that changes. Down the ladder.
Let's hurry
That's
before
the
that
way
changes.
to the temple.
I will say, like, having the future Inquisitor, Herald of Andraste, make the decision and then, but still have most everybody else dictate everything, I think actually works.
So,
So-
holes in the fade don't just accidentally
But that's
happen,
just me.
right?
If enough magic is brought to bear, it is possible.
But there are easier ways to make things explode.
That is true.
We will consider how this happened once the immediate danger is past.
La 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 la, mountain running.
The temple
So
of
now
sacred ashes.
now we're discovering.
That is where
Wasn't
you
there a bunch of
walked out
lyrium?
the fray,
Not yet.
and our
Okay.
soldiers found
There was
you.
something red on
They
the
say
screen.
a woman
At least on
was in
my
the
this
rift
angle, so
behind
maybe
you.
I'm just looking at
No
it
one
wrong.
knows who she was.
From your brilliant color correction over there. Here we
So
go.
it's funny, when I first saw this scene the first time, I thought somebody was attacking us from behind at one point.
Oh, just because of the frozen, like...
No, because of the way they frame people coming up behind you.
Oh.
I thought it was a bunch of people attacking us at first. It's,
Breach is a long way up.
this shot.
Oh.
Because we kind of
here.
just kind of saunter in looking, you know.
Right.
Liliana,
Well, I
have
wonder
your
if
men
it's
take
if
up
that's intentional to
positions
kind of
around
keep
the
you on
temple.
edge. Kind of like when I was playing. Oh God, the last game we did.
Unreal.
This
Unreal.
is your chance to end this.
You were screaming a lot.
Are you
I
ready?
do not. I just. Was it fun? Did I suck at it?
I'm not
Yes
sure
and
how to
yes.
even
Like,
getting up to that thing.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Oh, there's some red lyrium in the background there.
yeah, I think there is some suggestion that there's like
Now
it's
is the
influenced
hour of
somewhere.
victory.
which is why
Bring forth the
it's why
sacrifice.
Bianca Davry has to
What are we
come in
hearing?
and like give you
I
that
guess.
lead later on,
The person who created the breach.
because that is the only way they were able to power this much ridiculousness in that. There it is, just hanging out.
You know
Being
this stuff
sus.
is red lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Varric.
But what's it doing here?
Magic could have
For
drawn on
the
Lyrium beneath
in
the
the
temple,
house.
corrupted it.
That was so
evil.
dorky. I'm sorry.
Whatever
guys.
you
that
do,
was
don't touch it.
unnecessary.
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone help me! That is Divine Justinia's voice.
Oh yeah. So you're gonna hear what actually happened.
You see it a little bit too.
Yeah. You don't see the flashback just yet.
You see it in like amorphous, cloudy images.
And you also hear, well, what's more important is the divine says, "Help me," and she confirms that you were the one to respond.
That
So
was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but
that's the important part.
What's going on here?
Oh,
That's such a weird read.
yeah. What?
We have an intruder.
What's going on here? It's like so. It's like you
Slay
walked
the
in
elf.
on somebody like buying and selling stuff. You're like, hey, what's going on here? And it's like you walked in on something much weirder,
You
and that's
were
your
there.
response.
Well,
Who attacked
okay,
you?
I'll give it.
And the
I'll give it
divine
the
is
fact
she?
that when you're playing
Was
somebody
this
who
vision
is
true?
not of
What are we
Andrastian
seeing?
culture,
I don't
that
remember.
makes sense. Like, I don't know. Is this what you guys do on the reg?
Fate leads
I don't know. So,
This rift is not sealed, but
so
it
it
is
makes sense for
closed,
Lavellen.
albeit temporarily.
It's funny.
I
Somebody
believe
who
that
got
with
like
the mark, the rift can be
like
opened,
was frustrated that
sealed
like if
properly
you
and
play
safely.
a Kunari
However,
Inquisitor,
opening the
like
rift will likely
the
attract
whole
attention
thing is
from the
like
other side.
you don't get to connect with
That
Iron Bull as a
means
fellow
demons.
Kunari. It's like no,
Stand
because
ready.
you're Tal Vashoth. You're not of the Kun, so therefore you don't know anything that he knows.
Right.
Well, he's of their essentially of their secret service. So like, of course, you guys will not connect on that way. But now it makes me want to actually play a female Kunari who falls in love with Iron Bull in spite of that. But that's just classic Pride Demon fight. This was
No!
now. If you guys watch our Patreon exclusive Origins livestream, you would remember that this is also the big boss fight with the Origins at the top of the tower, Cigar.
Defenses.
And Pride
Wear it
Demon tends to
down.
be one of the always like one of those entry level bosses for people that that are
The
playing.
demon is
And it's-
vulnerable. Now!
I think it's really cool. It's like it's one of those bosses that as you get further and further in, there's a point where you're like, oh, there's two of them. Okay, I can take these out. Like, it's like as you get more powerful, it becomes less of a and it makes sense considering. Demons are of the faith. The faith is where magic comes from. This is also where dreams come from in this world. And demons are supposed to be trying to get back out into the real world. Literally demonic possession or basically just humanity within the world. And like that's supposed to be the whole world. In this game, and especially in some side stories and DLC, it becomes more understood that maybe that's not true, which is always interesting. Because you find a spirit who is corrupted to become and literally that spirit is turned into a Christ.
This is like, I always found this to be a pretty hard fight.
Ooh, please.
I do not like my health button being number 9. Okay, you can die.
I was gonna say the egg. Now you gotta at least save Varric, okay? I don't know if we would do an episode on a lot of just characters. Varric is a good one because he spans games and other media, and his influence is gonna probably continue into the next game. I mean, Solus's influence is definitely gonna be continuing into the next game, but I'll be honest, I think there's gonna be some stuff that'll happen in the story but not will be hopefully a better switcheroo than what they did with the whole Caribbean. So that's my feeling. But I also need to do a little bit more research into short stories of Dimension Knights.
There we go.
Now, seal the rip.
I should probably ask people like if we should do like a cookbook review at some point for Lore Together for the podcast. I have recipes from Golden Davis Volume 2. I have cooked some of them. They're delicious.
I think that's the fastest I've ever done the intro.
I want to know how fast you can do this. It's probably still at least a couple of hours, I'd imagine.
Glitchless or not?
Oh, a couple hours with glitches, but probably longer without. Like, you'd still probably get to, like,
I don't know. Glitches
9 hours.
can drag a speedrun down to minutes.
Just because with the way the cutscenes are structured, I think it still would be long.
You can glitch through the cuts. You can, like, I think the Ocarina of Time speedrun right now is like 20 minutes.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
Or less. Yeah. I mean, there's a speedrun.
Oh,
There we
I
go.
didn't know you were awake.
Spooked
I
elf.
swear.
And that is definitely a city elf.
Why are you frightened?
Correctly.
What happened?
That's wrong.
So therefore,
isn't it? I said the wrong thing.
culturally has to be a
I don't
very
think
careful
so.
elf, if you know what I mean.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You are back in Haven, my lady. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
I actually really hope for more of a deep dive into
you're
the Canary
saying
culture. They're real
they're
strict
happy
of
with
their
me?
customs, so it'd be cool to
I'm
see
only
what the
saying what I
Parvo one
heard.
look like.
I didn't mean anything by it.
I agree. I don't think we're going to get that in 4, though.
We might not get that in 4.
She said at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry.
that's probably
with
a
the Lord
good
Chancellor.
episode.
At once, she
What
said.
you know what might be good is that maybe for 2021 I will space it out, maybe give Mystic more breaks, and if people wanted that, if DA4 takes place in Tevinter, I'm hoping for that. They probably would have more because Parvolan is going to be closer, and that wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of slaves that escape the what? Oh, just everybody.
I just always love how all you do is walk out and people are, like, nobody even looks. They're just like all at attention. It just looks so funny to me.
That's her.
I mean, there's okay, and so we can't find Varric yet. I don't.
No, we have to go through the whole opening still.
Yeah,
We'll go a little bit
Yeah.
over just so we can talk to Varric at length.
but I think there will be more of it in Tevinter, especially with the fact that Tevinter has slaves. Slaves want to escape, and they can easily escape with the help of the Kun, being, in the Kunari in general as a culture. That's like the next,
Have you gone completely
that
mad?
that's an
She
easy
should be
out.
taken to Val Royo immediately.
So.
To be tried by
Oh,
whoever
how much of this
becomes
do you
demand.
want to listen to?
I
Yeah.
do not believe she is guilty.
The elf failed, Seeker. The breach is still in the sky. For all you know, she intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to serve the principles on which the Chantry was founded, Chancellor, as is yours.
A lot of people just rush through that one, so I wanted to get it on.
Yeah, that's good. And also, yeah, Cassandra's the one
Jane
with more
her.
power here.
I
Let's
want
be
her
perfectly
prepared for
honest.
travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
Right. See,
You walk
because
a
of the position of the
dangerous
Seekers,
line,
as I mentioned in the episode,
The breach is
Cassandra
stable,
doesn't have to
but it
listen
is
to this
still a
guy
threat.
at all. And she's
I
being
will
actually
not
pretty polite. She
ignore
could
it.
smack him across the face and it wouldn't mean anything, so.
So I'm still a suspect, even after what we just did.
You absolutely are.
No, she is not.
Someone was
Says
behind
Cassandra,
the
the person
explosion
who's
at the
actually
conclave.
there. You're not.
Someone
suspect.
most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
You
but
and many
not
others. I love
the
this.
prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent her
I know
to
the
us
Kunari
in
are
our
welcome doesn't
darkest
want to
hour.
adopt a coon, so maybe we'll see humans or elves or dwarves that follow the coon. Kind of like in
Gat.
the
Is
yeah.
it Gat?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the side quest, or there was also the Dragon Age 2 DLC, where, Felicia Jones played an elf that was actually part of the Kunari.
Felicia Day.
Felicia Day, Felicia Jones. Where am I getting this?
That was Talus.
Talus, yes, which was actually short for her Kun title because you don't have a name
Yeah.
in the Kun. So
You have a
You
job.
realize I'm an elf.
You have a job.
Dalish elf.
I have not forgotten. No
So,
matter
like,
what
for
you
example,
are or
Sten in
what
the
you
original
believe,
game
you
becomes
are
the
exactly
Earthshark,
what we
the
needed
Earthshark,
when we
and
needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark.
everybody
is
else
still
still
our
refers
only
to him as
hope of
Sten because
closing
that's what
it.
they know as his name.
This
And
is
he's
not for
no,
you
they don't
to
call me
decide.
that.
I do love
You
this.
know what this is,
I
Chancellor.
love this scene.
A writ from the divine, granting us the authority to act.
Right.
As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will
Also,
close
like,
the
if you
breach.
want to
We will
see a
find
healthy
those
version of
responsible,
Boss
and we will
Babe,
restore order
this game
with or
has healthy
without
versions
your
of Boss
approval.
Babe. I'm listening to a podcast that's making fun of LMLMs and the whole toxic Boss Babe thing that happens
This
there.
is the divine's
Cassandra's a
directive.
boss babe. Liliana's
Rebuild
a boss
the
babe.
Inquisition
Like,
of
that's
old.
totally.
Find those
Totally
who
different.
will stand against the chaos. We
I don't know
aren't
why I
ready.
felt the need to mention that.
We have no leader.
Stepped
no
all over a
numbers.
great scene.
And now,
Joking.
no Chantry support.
Jesus.
But we have no choice. We must act now. With you at
Oh
our
yeah, I
side.
forgot about the DA2 DLC. I haven't played that one in a hot minute. I'm trying to burn through DAO so I can play that again. Me too. So I actually want to do a DAO playthrough of a Dalish elf that's just mad at everybody else because
What
of
if I
Dalish.
refuse?
He's like, I need to.
You can go if you wish.
I need to
You
avenge
should
the
know
Dalish.
that while some believe you chosen, many still
and then
think you
do
guilty.
a
The Inquisition can only protect
a
you if
Dragon
you are
Age
with
2
us.
playthrough where it's
We
just
can
like
also help you.
It
I
will
messed up
not be
everything,
easy
Hawk,
if you
and so
stay.
then play a
But
Kunari
you
who is
cannot
like, now I have to
pretend
fix
this has
everything.
not
Why did you
changed
choose
you.
me? I don't even want to do it. So
When I woke up, I
so
certainly
I
didn't
have to get
picture
back to
this
my Dragon
outcome.
Age Origins playthrough like
Neither
that.
did we.
Help us fix this.
Or I
before
might
it's too
maybe I
late.
could just I don't know. Or maybe I'll just, you know what, I'll just do that through the tapestry for the DA2 one.
I tried to watch the whole tapestry. It takes a while.
The tapestry takes some time. But it's fun for people like me. Because I love
I love how they
lore.
got Brian Bloom. Is it Brian Bloom? The guy who voices Varric, I think, is Brian Bloom.
I can
Or
look
Brian.
that up. I'll look
Yeah,
that
it's
up
Brian
right
Bloom,
now.
I think. But I love how they got him to voice the entire thing.
Yes, it is Brian Bloom.
I'm good with my voice actor names.
Yeah. It used to be a smaller pool of people.
It used to be a more unknown pool of people.
Yeah.
Like I just watched a documentary about the guy who voice acted the narrator in Super Monkey Ball,
Yeah.
and how hard it was to track somebody who was uncredited down.
It is also
This opening's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to be quiet. Please. How Martin Luther of you,
Yeah.
Ellen. But, funny side note about voice acting after this scene. I don't want to mess it up. I know it's just music, but it's like, absorb that tone, everybody. Yeah. Feels like I'm playing as a nice Dalish elf. I think that's
Okay.
probably a better way to put it.
I want to know who was up in the chantry and flipping that whose job was that? Like,
Whose
let
job
go of
was
the
that?
fabric so it's dramatic.
I kind of like the idea that it was a mage that was like, oh wait, perfect timing. Gust of wind.
All right, now we can go talk to...
Yeah. So, quick side note. For Disney's Aladdin, they asked Robin Williams to play the genie, and he was hesitant at first. He didn't want it to be the main draw because he thought this would be a change as to what was going to happen with voice acting. He didn't want to deprive the voice actors who had been genuinely just doing that forever, of their craft. And as he predicted, that's kind of what's happened, at least with cartoon voice acting in general. Like Chris Pratt doing the voice of Mario. I'm sorry, why?
Yeah.
Why?
But it became that but the thing is, I think when you started having celebrities do voice actors, people started paying attention to the other voice actors who are just doing voice acting.
Yeah, it is a double-edged sword.
Would you know as Charles Martinet if voice acting hadn't become popular? Would you know who Jennifer Hale was? Like, people started paying attention to these people.
I think the video game thing is a little different, into some respects. And because of social media, there's other avenues. Let's look at Critical Role. Those are all voice actors that we all know who they are and what they've done now, because they're also willing to publicize their very nerdy D&D game, which I personally love watching. So
yeah, but like, how many people? Like, I didn't know for years that Mark Hamill, a big star,
did the Joker.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It is a double-edged sword in a certain respect. Let's talk to Varric.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most
Still
wanted
hiding from
criminal in
Cassandra.
Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
Are you gonna be mean? What you gonna do? What's your rep?
Well, Dalish, who feels like she was scapegoated into this all and doesn't understand any of this. This is all this human religious stuff.
And
It's all
I've
bullshit.
found a fellow outsider, I believe. It's not necessarily true, but
None of this shit should have happened.
You don't know the half of it. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
I'm still not sure I believe any of this is really happening.
If this is all just the Maker winding us up, I hope there's a damn good punchline coming. You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky... that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
it is interesting that subtly Varric is subtly putting his perception of the world as a story into his evaluation of this.
Need something?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bertrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the deep roads. We located an ancient tide.
So we are covering stuff we've talked about already in our episode. But
idol there made of it.
Hear his
Bertrand
take
brought
on
it
it.
back
It's
to the
interesting.
surface.
how should we end this?
And, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
This stream. Like,
don't know.
it feels weird to just end it after we talk to him, but I don't know what else to go do.
I mean, we could talk to Cassandra next.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life.
Forget the level
It
of
also
cursing in this
turned
game. I'm
Kirkwall's
like, oh, I
Knight
gotta keep
Commander
the
to
family
lyrium.
friendly, and then the live stream's
Everyone's
here, and I'm
been
like,
kept at
well,
least 100
not this
paces
one.
from it
Not this
since.
one.
I always put our live streams as not child friendly.
I think that's the safer thing to do, considering
Especially
the games
once we
cover.
had, especially once we did, what was it, Skyrim, where we had a nude mod installed.
And you're like, oh, let me just. I thought I got rid of it, but let me just.
So the reason I had that installed though was because so many armors require a body mod.
Oh man.
Like all the immersive armor mods I was using required a body mod on top of it, so it's like okay.
Right. But yeah,
How did
I
the
think
red
it makes
lyrium
more
get
sense
in the
for us to
Temple
do
of
it that
Sacred
way.
Ashes?
As much as the podcast will be family friendly, that's what
So
you
as
can
far as I knew, the only piece to make it to
do
the
with your kids,
surface
and
was
unless we're doing like
destroyed.
another Paper
And
Mario
the
live
location
stream,
of the tide it came from.
then don't
Did
assume the
someone
live
find
stream
more
is
of it
kid
in the
friendly.
deep roads?
I think
That's not a
maybe
cheery thought.
next live stream or next episode might be a little bit more kid friendly.
Oh, interesting.
Gameplay wise, anyway.
Yeah. Well, part of the reason I like doing that is because, like, now that
I
there
think
are
that's enough on
generations
Red
of video
Lyrium.
game players, I
Yeah,
think it's
not
nice
really
to
my
give
favorite
parents
subject.
who are like, I remember that game. This is a podcast I
something?
can share with my kid,
Can I
and
ask
do
you
that
something,
without
Varric?
feeling too guilty
You
about
want
it.
to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Though Boss Rush
Are you
Games
from
mentioned that they're going to do
Ferelden?
like,
Three
Boss Rush
Monkeys,
podcast
born and
after
raised
dark,
in Kirkwall.
possibly.
Despite
And
whatever you've
I've
heard, no,
curious to see, like,
Kirkwall's not
they're
that
always
bad.
willing to have guests on their shows. We usually can't do it because it's usually around the time that little buddy needs to go to sleep. But
Right.
if they're recording after little buddy goes to sleep, I may be like, hey, can I sneak in on there? We usually don't want to reveal our faces either, but I can figure
How
I
do
can
you
get a
and
face
Cassandra
mask
know
or
each
something.
other?
I could literally
You
like
heard
just
about the Kirkwall
paint my
Chantry
face
being
even.
destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
I'm not going to go back over all this because we just covered this in our episode.
Right.
Thanks,
So-
Varric.
So feel free to listen to our latest to episode 50.
Yep. All right, I believe Cassandra's this way, maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or she
If
may
you
be there
want-
later. Let's see. No. Yeah, she's in the Chantry still, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Take this loot though while I'm here.
Loot it up. Yeah. And so I've got ideas as to what I'll do next when it comes to episodes. I might keep on the Dragon Age track just because there's so much hype about the next game coming out. Though, oh my gosh, at the Game Awards, Mystic, did you see that they did the new trailer for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice?
I did.
Hellblade: Senua, yeah, Senua's. It's not Senua's Sacrifice, but Hellblade 2, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks really good. Super excited. Literally, Corey from Boss Rush Games put in the Discord the link and saw the picture, and somebody goes, is that a movie? It's like, nope, that's gameplay.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
So it looks good. It's probably going to continue on some good story if they keep with the same
So I have better armor finally.
Is that DLC armor?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. Look at. Oh wait, what's that armor called? I didn't even read it yet.
I think it's a Avar armor.
Oh man, the Avar armor is good in this game, but it is also just so weird looking.
Shokratar.
Shokatar. Oh, that's probably.
Oh, it's Canary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the.
Avar is
armor.
Avar is usually like just mud and fur. Yeah. So it's good stuff. It just like if you just have to be okay with the fact that you're gonna look out of place.
Awesome.
As long as you're okay with that, that's fine. So. But it does look good on her. I'm not even be mad about it. Like, it looks good on her. There was an armor that was a DLC one that I put on for my last one, Inquisitor, and I did that because I was like, well, she's so rich, she probably had her Starkhaven family like just mail her this mage armor. So.
All right, we're gonna do this cutscene and then probably call it.
Okay, sounds good to me. Yeah, even though it's a Saturday, we've got stuff to do. Oh, look at it.
Ooh, look at that popping. Everything loading in.
Does it trouble you?
Yeah, it happens.
I wish I could get rid of it.
We have need of it yet.
So you've mentioned.
What's important is that your
The
mark
snarl,
is now
the
stable,
snarl on her
as is
face.
the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Power, you say?
What harm could there be in powering up something we barely understand?
Hold on to that sense of humor.
Hold on to that sense of humor. Oh my gosh.
May
That's
I
it. I'm gonna
present
have to.
Commander
Oh,
Cullen,
Josephine looks
leader
different.
of the Inquisition's forces.
That texture popping so
Such
Unreal
as they are.
Engine 4.
We lost
Yeah,
many
it,
souls.
But this is an
is.
Unreal Engine.
And I
It
fear
is,
many
and
more
but
before
even though
this
this is an
through.
Unreal Engine.
This is Frostbite.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier.
I know it's worse in Unreal
our
Engine 3.
ambassador and chief diplomat.
Yeah, she's supposed to have gold. I don't know when that
You
changed.
speak Elven.
Did you
You've
put in
just heard
a
the entirety of
mod
it,
or?
I'm afraid.
I don't
And
know.
of course,
I don't think so.
you know Sister Liliana.
Possibly though.
My position
I'd
here involves
say
a
that's
degree
probably
of
likely. There are people who
She is our
remodeled
spy
her
master.
outfit a lot just
Yes,
because they thought it was way
tactfully
too
put,
garish.
Cassandra.
That's an impressive bunch of titles.
Either way, she still looks
I
regal
mentioned
as
that
ever.
your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
That might be why
Which
Cassandra's
means
armor's
we must
popping
approach
as well.
the rebel mages
Yeah.
for help.
I don't remember
Still
modding
disagree.
this though, but
The
maybe I
Templars
did
could
at some
serve
point and
just
just
as
don't
well.
remember it.
Mystic
We
is
need
super
power,
into mods in
Commander.
general. I
Enough
mean, if
magic poured
we had
into
to
that mark.
unmod
Might destroy
Skyrim
us
to be able
all.
to live stream
Templars
it, and
could
we still
suppress
weren't
the
able to keep a
breach,
save state
weaken it,
with
so-
it unmodded.
Pure
so.
speculation.
Wouldn't be able to play it right now anyway,
I was a Templar. I know.
because it's
Ah,
broken
yeah,
with
you're right.
anniversary for me still.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
neither
you're right.
group
Well,
will
Mystic's
even speak to
kind
us
of in
yet.
the game development
The
scene,
Chantry
so
has denounced the
he
Inquisition,
keeps up with
and you
who
specifically.
used what to build what game. So that's why there were problems in development. Oh, were there ever problems in development with any
Well,
BioWare
Frostbite's
game?
not
Yeah.
built for RPGs. Like they had to build a whole
No.
conversation system for this, and then they didn't share it with Andromeda team, so that's why
Why
everything.
why wouldn't you? I mean, that's just the thing that just drives me insane. Let's just make everything harder for everybody else. And I wonder if EA, here, make a game with Frostbite.
That didn't take long.
Shouldn't they be busy
Here, make
arguing
a game
over
of
who's going to
Frostbite.
become divine?
P.S. We're going to give
Some
it
are
to a
calling
team
you
who's
a
never had to make a
Greenish
game
elf,
from scratch
the
before,
herald
just
of
a
Andraste.
multiplayer. That's
That
Andromeda
frightens
right
the
there.
Chantry.
At
The
least
remaining
They made a
clerics
couple
have declared
DLCs.
it
At
blasphemy,
least
and
DA
we
Inquisition
heretics for
did
harboring
not
you.
release
Chancellor
to the same
Roderick's
kind of
doing, no
BioWare.
doubt.
Yeah, but how?
It
You-
limits
okay,
our
this
options.
is serious.
Approaching
EA,
the
here,
mages
make a game
or
of
Templars
Frostbite.
for help is
BioWare.
currently
Yeah, but
out of the
how?
question.
EA. Accurate. I'm afraid BioWare is
how
about
am
to bite
I,
the
the
dust
Herald
because
of
the DA
Andraste?
for. You
People
don't think
saw
so?
what
No.
you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from
DA
growing.
for development
They
seems
have
fraud.
also heard about the woman
I've got
seen in the rift when we
concerns.
first found you. They believe that was unjust.
I don't. People
Even if we
people are
tried
looking
to
for a
stop
bad
that view from
a
spreading.
story about
Which
something
we have
bad.
not.
People leave developments all the
The
time
point is, everyone is
I
talking
know,
about you.
but
It's
for
quite
a
the
myriad
title,
of reasons.
isn't it? How do you feel about that?
I'm just saying, maybe I'm just concerned because I don't want to see what happened to Andromeda happen to DA4. It's
Andromeda was good.
It did not get the release it deserved.
It did not. That is fair.
You know, even if you didn't like that story, you didn't want to play the writer's story. It
I'm
was
no
still a
herald
good
of
story.
anything, particularly
They
not
just
Andraste.
messed it up.
I'm sure
bad
the Chantry would agree.
Choices without
People
development.
are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
So if I wasn't with the Inquisition,
And let's be honest, they would have censored us no matter what.
And you not being here isn't an option.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not
Oh,
far
Giselle.
and knows
Giselle's
those
great.
involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Giselle's like one of my fave characters.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other
When you play this game, remember to
expand
leave the
Inquisition's
hinterlands.
influence while you're there.
Yes. Okay. If
We need agents
if
to
you
extend
look
our
at this
reach
and you're like,
beyond
I need to
this
play
valley,
again,
and
or
you're better
I
suited
haven't,
than
or I
anyone
haven't
to
played
recruit
and now I'm intrigued.
In the
This is
meantime,
really
let's
interesting, and I'd
think
like to
of
get more
other
in depth.
options. I won't leave
Leave
this all to the Herald.
the hinterlands. Please remember that. Heed that advice. You will think you need to finish the hinterlands. There is no finishing the hinterlands.
At the start, anyway.
At the start.
Yeah.
The open world gameplay aspect was not really segued super well enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My scouts are
And now one of the other
Andromeda.
great
I
scenes.
know oh yeah, let's do this. Oh yeah, so this is the civil war that's happening between the Mages and the Templars, essentially. And Scout Harding's my fave.
Played by Ali Hillis, I believe, who did Liara.
I thoroughly enjoyed Andromeda. I know I'm in a minority. We did too, so we are with you in that minority.
I intend on doing a stream of it or something eventually. I want to get into streaming more, I think.
I mean, I know the market's flooded, but I love sharing my experience. So even if only a couple people watch, I'd love to do it. So I'm the same way. New area unlocked.
We're not going to take Varric with us now. I'm just kidding. I think...
That's just your party right now. You got no choice.
Oh, I have to... I thought I had him selected already. I like you can take 3 people. Was it always that way, or was it 2 at some point? Or am I conflating it with Mass Effect?
No, you're probably confusing it because if you play Dragon Age Origins, the dog was definitely considered one of the 3.
Oh, not when I play it.
Oh, because you modded it?
There's a mod to make the dog not a companion, but he's still there.
Yeah, so at least...
that makes more sense to me.
So yeah, that might be... Yeah, I agree.
Can I just leave Souls back home?
You could.
I know you can. You can go by yourself if you want. It's just not a good idea.
I just think it's... I don't think it's right, but you could.
Okay. But we're gonna stop as soon as this is
Loaded in, and you can get the beginning of the hinterlands.
Because we have to talk. Oh, we have to talk to Harding though.
We have to talk to Harding.
And then we can.
And then we can stop.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to, next time we can, what we can do is, the next time I'll probably do this. So I think it would be good for us to explore the different faiths of Thetis.
Mm-hmm.
So I will try to stagger that in a way where we can keep to Dragon Age Inquisition and we can do missions that are related to that. So the first one would have to be the Andrastian Chantry.
So if we go to streaming other games, once in a while.
Andraste.
Yeah.
I've heard the
I'll finish
stories.
that thought in a second.
Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what happens to anyone else, but you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
Cassandra.
She says that so much.
Ugh. I feel there's a compilation video of that. I'm almost certain of. I'm almost certain of it.
What's the situation out here in the hinterlands?
We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks.
You squeaked something
But
in your
with the
hand?
Mage Templar
And it made
fighting
me
getting
think that
worse,
little buddy was crying.
we couldn't get to
sorry.
Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Cassandra's.
There we go.
Yeah, I love Cassandra. Cassandra's one of the best. So, I agree. I love her. She's kind of a contradiction, which is kind of brilliant.
So here's my question for if we want to do more streams and stuff in the future.
Yes.
Lorena is our default female name.
Mm-hmm.
What should our male name be?
If it could be some version of together, but with
Nah, I think it should be Lore or something. It can't be Lore because that's just a weird Star Trek character.
It's a good Star Trek character. Don't get me started.
But it doesn't work as a name in the same way.
No, yeah, Lorena's kind of.
But something to think about. For now, we should go.
Just call him. I would say LL Cool J, but no.
No.
No, we can't do that. We're just stuck only playing female characters forever, Mystic.
This is not a problem for me.
That's not a problem for me either.
I play mostly female characters anyway.
Or we just do non-binary characters, and then lore is not nearly as awkward.
But anyway.
Or just call him LT.
We'll call it here, I think.
Yes. Thanks everybody for joining us. It's always fun having people in the chat to talk
thank
back
you.
with. And next time, so next live stream is going to be in our usual time, Thursdays.
Yes.
At 9 p.m. Central.
Yes.
And
you'll be doing abduction.
We're continuing abduction. I hopefully won't have a headache. I think I had a headache last time, and I was trying to.
Yeah.
And that sucked.
And the time after that is you in the hot seat for a game that you don't know what it is yet.
Yeah, but you have an idea of what you're doing for the next episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for the compliments, Dillion. Yes, I'm glad you enjoyed it, the stream, and hopefully you can join us for the next one. We'll probably still have a Rogue Saturday one here or there, but mostly Thursdays at 9. So,
that's it.
Thanks
for watching.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.